Hello there, it's ElasticSpyder here with yet another game of World of Warships. I guess you could call it a match, but either way, we are playing World of Warships, and I am playing on the map Neighbors in my Kutuzov. This is actually one of my first games that I had played in my Kutuzov. I am using my Chapayev captain, so it is a full 15-point captain with survivability expert, expert marksman, superintendent, demolition expert, and as well as concealment expert. So I'm doing quite well in terms of the captain perks, and among other things, I of course have the nice premium camouflage and some good old flags. So right now I'm telling my team to go to C. I really don't like to go to A. I know it is kind of tempting for battleships to go there, but it's certainly not where I want to be going with my ship. Seeing that my ship is good at longer ranges, but at close ranges it can really hurt destroyers very, very quickly, as we will get to eventually in this commentary. So there is a lonely Cleveland going to sea. He gets spotted, unspotted. So as my destroyers are spotting things around the island at sea, I'm going to start taking some pot shots, because why not? There's almost no reason not to. The only reason that I wouldn't want to is for me not to get detected, but you know, I could get detected by a lot of things at this point, especially with the destroyer in B, so I most likely would have gotten detected anyways from him. And you never know, you could get your occasional fire. So, as I'm taking some pot shots, our one DD is going to A, 3 others are currently at C, and no one is contesting B whatsoever, so ooh, it's not the greatest start, certainly, by any means. Usually you would want at least one destroyer in every cap, but it's okay. We can work around it. So of course I'm always changing speed and direction. It's just so I can dodge those shells without any worry. Now I really need to speed up. I need to either smoke up or speed up, but I think I'm going to speed up just for the fact that I've been in this position for very long, and as you can see, this Hatsuhara is just completely melting, although I don't get the kill. But anyways, I do continue moving. I don't want to be caught in one position for very long. Start smoking up here. I figure it's a decent position. There's a lot of ships that will eventually coming around, but my main focus is, of course, this Sharnhorst. He is pushing into the cap pretty aggressively with no help, so the quicker I take him out, the quicker my team will be happy. So, of course, I'm just chilling my smoke. I am running Hydro. I know that is kind of an interesting way to run the Kutuzov, but I actually prefer it both for ranked and random battles, just for the fact that you know, when you pop your smoke, you can immediately pop your Hydro as well. It will last pretty much, it will last the entire duration of your smoke, so there is no reason why you should be getting torpedoed while you're sitting in your smoke. So that is something that I actually have developed. I used to run defensive fire on my Kutuzov, but I figured, well, maybe the Hydra is more usable, because you know, you do, as soon as the enemy destroyer sees smoke, their first instinct is to torpedo. Smoke clouds are great torpedo magnets, so that is certainly a reason why I use that. However, defensive fire still does have its place. I do use it from time to time. In random battles, however, in ranked, I've pretty much exclusively used hydroacoustic search. So I also know exactly what time my smoke will run out. You can see in the bottom center of your screen, but to the farthest right of the farthest consumable to my right is the smoke. In the Kutuzov, if you are running premium smoke, you should probably start moving out of your smoke around 135. I believe it does end around 120, or even a little bit longer than that, but I like to get up to full speed or close to full speed before I actually leave my smoke completely. That way, I'm not struggling to, trying to accelerate with enemy shells coming in. I'm trying to turn. That also slows me down. Just something I think is very beneficial and very easy to know. It's very easy to know, but it's a very common mistake that a lot of people do still make. And myself included, I still do make that mistake. I was kind of hoping for this Miyoko to keep turning. He is in that he's at the wit ends of my AP penetration range for those citadels, but penetrations on the superstructure will still do very good damage. But I am probably going to switch to, oh no, I'm going to stick to AP, because I see this Prince Potato, as some like to call it. The Prince-O, again, it is of course just a reskinned Hipper for the most part, with some slightly less good features about it. But the Scharnhorst is grounded, so I'm going to start punishing him by smoking up. My Hydro is down, so that is something you do have to keep in mind with this Hydro smoke combination, is that sometimes you are going to end up not having Hydro active when your smoke is up, so you do have to time it quite well in order for it to be very, very deadly. Scooching forward just to the edge of my smoke to get one last shot off on the enemy Hipper. However, I don't think any of those shells hit. So far it's been a decent game, 50k damage, but as of right now, the enemy looks like they have a decent control over the map, and the ships are actually tied. However, we lost 2 battleships to their 2 destroyers, so you could call it a win-win for either team. But for now, we're just going to be sitting in our smoke. We've got our Hydro is up but not active. I'm confident that there are no destroyers over here, since the last DD was spotted way over in almost G7 or H7, Hotel 7. So I'm pretty confident that I don't need to run my Hydro right now. Burn the Scharnhorst down for the Arsonist. So that Hipper looks like he's going to suicide, so just trying to get a little bit more damage. Of course, I'm going to try and kill this guy because I want to kill him. I like killing. Not really, but I want to kill, but not gonna get it. I'm not too mad about that. The team was doing a good job on taking care of him. So again, I'm just sticking to what I do best. I excel at longer range engagements. I'm more of a Japanese cruiser, so to say. I like those longer range engagements, but I can still handle myself in those, those medium ranges. And the Kutuzov does have quite good torpedoes. It gets the 8-kilometer ones, not the 4-kilometer pretty standard issue Russian torpedoes. So those 8 kilometers do have some use. Of course, you cannot stealth torpedo, but you can use them as a pretty good defensive measure, as well as a very good ambush tactic. So that's good. I am taking a little too much damage that I certainly don't want to take. I'm way too squishy to be taking all this damage. Hoping that I can penetrate that Cleveland, but I don't think I will. He is just outside of my range, and he's also angled, so that's of course going to make it difficult. But regardless, as I've said earlier, the superstructure penetrations still do damage. Very good damage too. So I believe I'm going to disengage here and turn around because I'm not heading anywhere near where I want to be going. I'm currently sailing away from the objective. I want to sail towards it and cap it, hopefully. So I'm just going to make a little U-turn and head towards there. So now with regards to deploying the smoke, it's kind of it's similar but also not similar to the British cruisers, in that it's similar because you have to be very cautious on when you use it and how fast you are going when you press, in my case, the F key to start deploying your smoke screen. If you're going full speed and then you slow down and then you hit the F key, all relatively in the same time period, then you will be, you know, slowly gliding out of your smoke. However, it does last for a good, I believe it's the standard smoke, so I think it's 20 seconds. Could be wrong. Don't quote me on that, guys. But yeah, so it's like the British cruisers. You have to kind of slow down, go, you know, 3/4 or half speed, 15-20 knots, before you start deploying it, and then you will of course get that nice smoke cloud. However, on the other side, you don't want to be sitting still then deploy it, because then you just get one small smoke circle, and it's very easy for enemy destroyers to torpedo that smoke screen. They have a very small target to shoot at, which is better for them. They can interlace their torps in between another, so that makes it really hard for you to dodge. And even if you have hydro up, sometimes you won't be able to get out of dodge quick enough so that you can avoid all those torpedoes. And of course, the other thing is that if you do make that smallest smoke screen and torpedoes do come your way, you're gonna have to push out of your smoke, and you might not be in the best position to do so. You might not be angled correctly, or whatever the situation might be. You might not be ready for those torpedoes to come. So like I'm doing here, slow down to about 3/4, half speed, and then I start smoking up and start doing some shooting. I like to shoot. I like to shoot fast. These guns are the 152 millimeter 6-inch. They do quite a bit of damage. If you get all of your shells to hit, they can lead to some pretty good salvos. But the fire chance is really where it excels. I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but I do get Witherer there, and maybe I can burn this guy down for a second arsonist. My torpedoes are definitely going to miss, but again, AP to the superstructure. You saw there 3k damage for... Oh, there's my second arsonist, so that is good. But yeah, you know, you just saw there 3k, and I landed, I believe it was 4 or 5 shells, so you can really do some damage to battleship superstructure with these 6-inch guns. However, it obviously does decrease. The damage does decrease with range. So I would say anything outside of 10 kilometers, I wouldn't even bother switching to AP. Really, that's where 10 kilometers is that sweet spot between you can do massive damage to cruisers. You can citadel them, of course, assuming they're sailing pretty much perfectly broadside, or you can really start to do a lot of AP damage to battleship superstructure. I get high caliber there, which is of course always nice. Get those flags and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, so that 10 kilometers usually can even go out to 11, if you so desire. I think that's the best range to really be using the AP. Of course, if any of your targets are angled, then that's going to complicate things, and I would honestly, at that point, just stick to high explosive, because, as many of you may know, HE does not give a crap about angling or armor, so since it explodes on impact, it will always have a chance to set a fire. Yeah, Confederate there as well, so this is already an awesome game for my flag exterior, for my flag cabinet, I guess. I don't know exactly what it's called, but hopefully I can burn this Scharnhorst down, while simultaneously burn that Magi down. Sitting on 2 kills, Kraken is a bit out of my reach, however it's still possible. In reality here, I should have let this fire burn a little bit, but I was kind of greedy, because as soon as he gets 2 fires on him, actually I put 2 more on him, so for a total of 3, he instantly puts that out, so probably should have maybe waited for that second salvo, let him burn a little bit more, but we never know. But you can just see the amazing RNG that I'm getting right there. Currently up to 22 fires, which is honestly absurd, and when angled, the Kutuzov is kind of tanky. Those were 11-inch shells, so of course you won't be stopping battleship shells, but other cruisers you can bounce if you angle properly. And of course the firing angles are also decent on the Kutuzov. The Mikhael Kutuzov is it's properly pronounced, I guess, but yeah, it's got decent angles, certainly not the best, decent armor, but very good high explosive, very good firing range, 19.1 kilometers, very good shell arcs, very good everything. I mean, it's got very good smoke, it's got decent hydro. I mean, this ship is it really is a diamond. Excuse me, it really is such a good ship, and I love it so much. I'm very satisfied with my purchase. Now, me personally, there's 3 ships that at tier 8 that are very competitive. There's the Tirpitz, Atago, and Kutuzov. I'm just purely speaking in terms of premiums. Now, if you guys are wondering what you should buy, if you are looking into a tier 8, I honestly think that the Kutuzov is probably my favorite pick, and I think I would recommend it the most. However, if you are slightly newer to the higher tiers, the tier 8 battleship, Tirpitz is a very good brawler, and it is very good at it's very forgiving, so you can really put it through a lot of harsh environments and hostile situations, and you can still come out on top. However, with the Kutuzov, it is certainly a little bit more difficult, because you don't have the armor. It's less forgiving. You are a cruiser after all, so there is that slightly higher level of play that you need to know about, as well as the Atago. The Atago is also very strong against the heel, but I prefer the Kutuzov over the Atago, just for the fact that the range is just that much better. With 19.1 kilometer range, you can start to burn battleships right out of their spawn for ranked. But as I'm sitting on 4 kills, I unfortunately will not get my Kraken. But yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. 191,000 damage. Pretty good game. I hope you guys enjoyed as always. Please like and subscribe. If you want to see more content like this one, then of course subscribing always helps us out. And leave any questions and comments you may have in the comment section below. But post-battle results: 2 Arsonists, high caliber Confederate, Witherer, almost 800k credits, 7.5k, total XP 1500, free XP 2,463, base, 4 kills, 1 plane shot down, 90,000 total fire damage, and main battery 101,000 with 31,000-ish going to AP and the rest to HE. Lots of credits. I hope you guys enjoyed.